Hi friends, welcome to my second video on B-simplified. Today we are going to talk about another term which we often encounter in meetings. A lot of meetings will see these terms, as I said, starting from development meetings to mid-management to executive. We will find this word which we are going to talk about today pretty common. And the word which I'm talking about is none other than the word agile, right? So let's demystify this word as well today. So as I said, I think staying true to the purpose of this videos, I'll not go very deep into that. I will not go into the agile manifestos, the principles, the practices, because you will find hundreds of materials out there in the web, good courses as well, and I think they're pretty good ones. So someone who really wants to go deep into this, wants to be an agile practitioner, coach, I think there's hundreds of materials out there. I will not venture into that space, as has already been clarified in my previous video. So what we'll do here, so again I would like to give you certain aspects or certain thought process which will help you understand this word better as you enter into the industry. Okay, so let's dive in. Agile. So the first question which should come to our mind is why? Why we need to be agile? And we have heard this word agile even before we entered the industry, as I mentioned, as usual with most of the terms which used. So, but in a different connotation. So if you search on Google Web, I just did that, and you'll find that the word agile means that how can we respond fast, quickly, move quickly, fast, understand things better, and there are various such definitions. You will get into that. But as an organization, why do we need to be agile? Why? In that sense, is it necessary that everyone needs to be agile? How should I decide that I need to be agile and agile will help me? And why is this word become so prevalent in the industry till now? So there, if you ask me, let me give you an example. So suppose I open a ice cream shop now, and I sell ice creams, 2 3 flavors, and chocolate, vanilla, strawberry, the common ones. So customers come, I provide them ice creams, and suddenly the number of customers have really increased. And I do not have, if you say, enough ice creams to serve them. So they are going back dissatisfied. So the thing is that I was preparing ice creams. I had some quantity also in mind to serve set of customers, but the growth in my customers or growth in my market of people who want to buy ice creams was so high. My business, which is of selling ice cream, did not keep pace with it. Now, if I had to serve them, I had to be faster to go back, create more ice creams. Okay, someone has come. How can I fastly, even if my creams are finished, if my cups are finished, what is the thing, what are the activities, or what is the chain of activities which I need to do to make that, to serve that faster? Even if the growth of demand is high, if I delay that, then first time, second time, maybe the third time, the customers will, after that they will not come. So I will not be able to manage the growth in demand if I am not agile. And the scenario which I just mentioned about this ice cream shop, I will not be able to serve customers who come now, who like my ice cream. They came back, but then they've been disappointed because I was not able to serve them. So my business did not, in simple words, my business did not serve the growth in the demand which happened. I was not agile. Now, second thing being that, okay, I was able to do that. So that's the first scenario. Now let's look at the second scenario. So now the thing is, I'm selling strawberry, chocolate, vanilla to my customers. They are buying it, they're happy with it, liking it. But suddenly there's another shop coming up, or has come up, ice cream shop, and he's selling 3 to 4 more flavors with fruits, with custards, right? And customers are liking it and they're going there. So my competitors are also trying to now tackle that entire market to serve those customers or that market who want to buy ice cream differently, trying out different things, and customers are liking it. Similarly, another ice cream shop opened, they are trying with cookies, so everybody is coming up. Now I never thought about it, and the time I take to also get into that state, I was only selling the three ones. If I take more time to get into that state, that I also start thinking about some new flavors to add, or for example some new uh, substitutes along with the ice cream to sell, or think differently to serve my customers. If I be too late there, I'm out of the market. I'm out of the market there. So in other words, the point or the key point which I'm trying to make here is why agility is important is we have seen that there is the increase in market growth or the industry growth for certain products is high. That means the number of customers added into the industry who demand such kind of a products or service, and you talk about any products or services with the industry which you belong to, is rising, and we need to be agile to keep pace with it. And remember the ice cream example which I just made. The other reason being that there are competitors who are coming up with new ways to attack the market, and if I am not agile enough to respond to that fast enough, I am out of the market already. So the first question which you always need to ask, and also understand, research, know that if your organization is being agile or your business unit being agile, is what is the market growth fueling us, or market growth which really wants us to be agile. And this is where, for example, agile, you can also say, is a spectrum, right? How agile, how much agile? So this will give you the right answer to that. What is the market which really wants us to be agile? Is it so fast that we have to really be agile, or other way around, or within a spectrum of 0 to 1? 0 is, you can say, non-agile, and 1 is absolutely agile. Where we want to be there based on these dimensions. So the two questions which will help you guide that is, what is the market growth which really wants us to be agile? That's the first one. Second is, what is the competitive situation in the market which warrants us to be agile? Now the answer, a deep answer to these two questions, and this is not just high level fluffy answers, deep answer or deep research to this question, companies have it, will give you a good understanding of how much agile or how much agility is important for your business in this case. So this will give you a real question, a real answer to the question why we need to be agile and why it's important to be agile in that sense. So that's the first key takeaway after this video. So why we need to be agile, think about the scenario, how is the market growth pushing us, and what is the competitive situation pushing us. Take this ice cream example. Maybe you can also, to understand this concept better, create your own examples within your industry to see what we mean here. So that's the first key takeaway out of this video, which I would like you guys to take. Okay, second part. Okay, as I said, I will not drill deep into the Agile Manifesto, which is pretty good, and you guys can read about it, also the principles, practices. But what I will answer is, I also get these questions from some of my smart team members who ask me that, okay, how will I get to know, or how companies get to know whether they are agile or not? Okay, is there a litmus test to understand that? So I will not say a litmus test as such, but I would say that we hear things like, okay, I am following Scrum and I'm agile. Oh, we are following Kanban, Lean, we are agile. Okay, now there's some truth, or there's only a little bit of truth to it, but to really understand whether an organization is agile or not, these are various methodologies to implement agile, be it Scrum or things like that. We should not talk about that. The essential characteristics which will help us understand whether the organization is agile or not is there a culture in the organization to measure what they are doing? Because to be agile, even on the upper part, when we talk about market growth and competitive situation, I have to measure. If I do something, I have to measure that I have been doing this, and this is how I have been doing. Now, does it meet the target of what I wanted to do? So for that, I have to measure. I have to measure if I have to improve on something. So the culture of measurement And when I'm measuring it, I'm just not measuring for the sake of measurement, right? I want to do something. I want to improve on this. So for that, I need to inspect. If things are not as per the plan, so I'm measuring something and this is not meeting what I planned for, I'm inspecting why it's not close to the target, or why it's not close to the plan, what we are doing. So that kind of inspection has to happen. And once that inspection results in insights, we adapt, right? We so basically in the ice cream example, you can also imagine that, okay, I'm measuring the number of customers coming to me has been declining. Okay, then I start inspecting. Okay, I see that, okay, I'm not finding, or I'm not selling those flavors which my other competitors are selling. Also, I think customers who come for this ice cream shops also are looking for some other products along with it, like fruits and things like that, which I do not do, and hence they like someone else. Okay, adaptation is I try to bring those into my menu and things like that. So just a simple example. But this culture is not only from a product or a business level. This culture of agility has to be there in teams, in people, everyone. And this is when you see that the culture of agile has creeped in. So if, for example, small teams, right, small members also have an approach of measuring things. Okay, my velocity as a team is not good enough. Okay, first of all, I have to measure the velocity every sprint, and then I say, hey, why it's not measuring? Let me discuss this in retrospectives. These are the common terms which you also use. So I retrospect that, okay, why, or inspect that why my velocity has not been good, and I come up with those insights, and then I adapt the processes, and then again I measure it. So this is the cycle which has to be established not only at a corporate level, which I gave you with an example of of ice cream thing. It has to happen throughout the organization, starting from the corporate level to mid management, to teams, to individuals as well, who basically, whenever they try to do certain thing, they measure, inspect, adapt. We do that, right? How do we measure things of how we're performing? We go to our peers, managers, get feedback. What is getting feedback? That's measuring. Okay, am I doing how was expected? If the feedback is not good, I'm going back and inspecting um, that. Okay, what's the problem? What do I need to do? And then I adapt myself. And the faster the cycle is of measure, inspect, and adapt, the more agile I am. So two things to take out of this video is why we need to be agile from a company perspective, from a corporate perspective. Now you get to know that. What are the things which you need to keep in mind to really understand how agile you need to be? And just to check how agile is the organization, the culture in general, we also need to see whether that um, three pillars of measurement, inspection, and adaptation is there. So, for example, if there's only measurement and no inspection and adaptation happening, it's not agile. If it's only measurement, inspection, but no adaptation, again, it's not agile. Measurement is the key. That has to be there. Otherwise, it's ground zero. But even if the first two are there and the third one is not there, that cycle is not closed. And the key is how fast you close the cycle. So just keep these two things in mind when we encounter the word agile, why we need to be agile, and how can you measure how an organization is be agile. Thank you guys, and for more such videos, stay tuned. If you like this video, please press on the like button, and we'll bring more such videos to you. Thank you.